skip it. See it or skip it. See it or skip it.
Why are blue people hot now?
Now.
Always?
Well,
Smurfs.
all right, we'll redo it. We were talking about the Smurfs, obviously. Paul Giamatti and Big Fat Liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobias, Arrested Development.
Oh,
There you go.
absolutely.
Yeah. Welcome to a new Cedar Skip It. We're going to be talking about blue people. James Cameron's got them all for us. Plus, we're going to be talking about a new Paul Feig movie. We got Sydney Sweeney is back on our screens. Let's see if this ends up being a little bit better box office wise. And we've got Welcome to Derry, the finale, which blew everybody away at this area. And I've got two very special guests with me, Kent and Rebecca.
Oh, hey. Wow, that's a cool movie.
No, it's an
I
action
just
figure
waved.
pose. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
Good.
Yeah?
So it's almost
Excellent.
Christmas, so it's kind of crazy.
It's
right?
in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
There's too much going on.
Also, I'm
Yep.
so tired because all we're doing is watching screeners for the Oscar picks, which we'll get to at
Yeah,
some
are you
point.
guys all caught up?
Oh, yeah.
Ish. I
We're-
voted today.
You
We're
did?
over the
Yeah.
hump, at least in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
most of the majority of stuff have closed up.
Yeah.
We can now just start to relax and enjoy the holidays. And there are so many cool things that people could be watching. So before we jump into that, another big piece of news, a tragic passing of Rob Reiner.
Right.
A famous director who basically led the 80s with hit after hit after hit. When I found out about the news, I mean, it was just shocking. Like it's one of those
Yeah.
things that will rock you for the rest of the week, and
Absolutely.
it did.
Yeah, just the way it unfolded was one of those true crime things. You're just like, don't be true,
Kind
right?
of horrific, the rollout of information
Absolutely.
regarding
Yeah.
everything. Like, truly horrific.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't want to focus too much on that. I want to
Absolutely.
focus on what's
Yeah.
so great about this man. And he even had a movie come out this year with
His
This Is Spinal
first
Tap.
and last movie, This is Spinal Tap.
That was his first as well.
I think so.
Oh wow.
And now I'm like,
That's,
is it?
yeah.
That's-
I wouldn't be
honestly,
able to
the
roll back.
return to form with Spinal Tap 2 was like, it was so nice to see him do that again.
A
right?
very rare legacy sequel that
Yeah.
still is great and improves on. It's no Zoolander 2, you know. Like,
Thank you.
yeah. Let's talk about some of our favorite movies of his. Obviously, The Princess Bride.
That's number one.
That's my
Right.
go-to.
I watched it for the first time this year.
Really?
I understand why it's a classic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for the first time recently, like,
Yeah.
there's not the nostalgia vibes, but it's still great for you?
I mean, there's kind of the nostalgia vibes because
Yeah.
it exists in the zeitgeist, right? So
Yeah.
I knew most of the movie just by existing.
Right.
But watching it, I was like, yeah, I see. Like, there are those movies that you understand why they're canon.
Yeah.
And then you finish it, you're like, yeah, that obviously, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like Monty Python. It's one of those that's going to be endlessly quotable for time and all eternity.
Sure.
It will forever be a staple, but there's so many others that he done. Kent, is there anything
Obviously,
that comes to
Spinal Tap. It's one that I watched at a younger age and I didn't get.
Formative.
Yeah.
It's a formative movie for me.
And, yeah, and then all of a sudden I caught on to it like when I was like 24. And I was
Yeah.
like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually funny. And it introduced me to Christopher Guest movies, which honestly, they all kind of start doing their thing. So it's kind of a pivotal movie, I feel.
Like, we wouldn't have The Office without
Yeah,
Spinal Tap.
right.
We wouldn't have the mockumentary as it exists
Yeah.
without Spinal Tap.
Yep. Well, and he was not only as a director, but as an actor, he is so great.
The dad in New Girl.
He had a new girl. He was recently in The Bear also. He's so prolific in what he's done and in helping out other people to get their dreams made too. Everybody in the industry, from what I was reading, looking at, everyone loved him and thought that he was just one of the kindest people in the industry and really wanted to help everyone. He was also in Dickie Roberts. I don't know if you remember that.
I forgot.
I kind of
I
loved
like that
him
he
in
just
that
did
too.
jobs sometimes.
But also, like, he hadn't acted in a long time, but then he got asked to do a piece in Wolf of Wall Street. And he comes in and just delivers a killer performance in Wolf
Yeah.
of Wall Street.
Jeez.
Well, what about A Few Good Men?
Yeah, right.
Jeffy
That's the
Goodman.
movie I saw for the first time this
Okay.
year.
Whoa.
And?
Blown away.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. He could do so much. When Harry Met Sally, Misery. Like, he has such a storied filmography.
Right.
That, and, like, live your life in such a way that, like, when you pass, everyone's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, really, truly a loss.
Yeah.
So we need to know then what is the favorite of each of us? For me, it is easy to go Princess Bride, so I'm just going to go with that.
I'm totally blanking on the rest of his filmography.
You named
Yeah.
quite a bit though. Misery
know.
is really close to me for that as well.
It's great.
Oh, Stand By Me.
Yeah, Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Yep, both
So good.
Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah. He can do it
He
all.
cracked the code before anyone did.
And they're good ones,
Yeah.
which is crazy. No, Princess Bride is absolutely my favorite.
No, but you brought up a good point. Stand By Me. That is the one. That
It's a good one.
If there's any blind spots that anybody has for these films, do yourself a favor this week. Check out any of what Rob Reiner has put out. I'm sure it is out on streaming and anybody can look at them. But if you choose to go into the theaters, we do have a few options. So let's roll into Avatar 3,
Here we go.
Fire and Ash.
Wow.
Now, James Cameron has spent 20 years working on the Avatar films. Actually, arguably 30 if you're talking about like pre-production and figuring out all the stuff.
I'll say it. Too long.
Quite a long time, and I'm sure he cares about all of us when we start complaining about doing the same
Absolutely.
story
With his
again
$2
and
billion.
again. Yeah, a blue $1 million. But,
Yeah.
this is essentially a conclusion to what we've had with the Sully family, but it's also a bit of a door open for what could potentially happen in the future. It has to make $2 billion, reportedly.
Or else.
To get,
Is that true?
Or Mickey Mouse is going to bang his door down and come after him.
If it's 1.5 billion, is that a disappointment?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, it's got the highest budget at
Yeah.
400 million, I think, is how much the film took.
Which, let's be honest, the budget is on screen.
Yes.
This movie is incredible to watch. And I mean, it's an Avatar movie, right? Like, we expect it, but for this movie to be made in 3 years compared to number 2 from number 1, right?
Yeah.
Is like, I don't know if this was planned plot-wise, because it kind of seems like it wasn't, but visually, I'm like, they've been working on this forever.
I mean, plot-wise, I haven't seen it, but there are no original stories anymore. So, like, the story of Avatar, it's Fern Gully. Like,
That's what everybody said at the beginning. With
Yeah.
that, it's Pocahontas,
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves.
We've seen
that.
these movies.
Well, now he's not going back to those kind of classics. He's just going back to other Avatar movies.
Free Willy.
Yeah.
The Shape of Water definitely had a lot of Free Willy-isms to it.
Yeah.
And this film, it does expand on a lot of things. We get more with Stephen Lang's character, which, honestly, very fun villain to explore. And it is cool to see him be like...
More of him?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we not get enough of him?
more ways than...
In this one, there's more of a dynamic with his son Spider, the human
Yeah.
element of the Sully
The white
family.
boy with dreadlocks.
At the end
Yeah.
of
Jungle to jungle is what I call him, right?
This film, more than anything, is about co-parenting with someone you hate. And how do you
Absolutely.
co-parent with someone you really hate?
And so
Oh.
it could go for like, are we allied with the Sully clan? Is he not? Does he want to kill them? And honestly, there's kind of a relationship with the Ash Navi leader. And honestly,
The fire people.
Who are not really explored in a way that I was hoping they would, because they are really so much fun.
They are.
I would have wanted to see what he did with water, to see what he would do with fire, and there just
And he
wasn't too much.
didn't.
He ended up going back to the second
That's
film
James
story.
Cameron. He's a water boy.
he is such a water boy.
Yes, he is.
He can't be bothered
At
with
one
fire.
point, they do tease like the backstory of the Ash people, and it's kind of cool, right? They give up the planet. They don't want to worship the goddess anymore. But then it leaves it behind and says, you know what? We're going to go back to the plot of The Way of Water.
Yes, but we're going to sprinkle in a little bit to faith
Sure.
crisis. Zoe Saldana's character has a lot of that in her, but she also has the best action sequence of the entire movie.
Absolutely, she does.
That moment she has when she's going through something that we don't want to spoil, it is so fun. And then the third act happens, and it seems like the script shows its age, because we went back to like those previous early 2010 films, those superhero movies that have the blue sky beams and things like that.
Sky
You start to kind of see some of those cracks from previous things, and then you realize, oh, 2 and 3 were supposed to be one script, and they
seems like
split it.
Yes.
And that's what it feels like.
Is it cool to watch for like the last hour and 20 minutes? Absolutely.
But you have to get through the first hour and 20
No,
minutes.
This is a
to get
3.5
there.
hour
The pacing
film.
is okay. Just time your bathroom breaks.
Sure.
But you get to the end, you're like, this is so cool. Why does it feel so hollow? Because there's no real stakes to the action. It's fun to watch. It's incredibly dynamic. Then you're like, even the second movie had stakes. Is like, we're not going to spoil, but this one you went, okay, the characters are dying, I guess, but you don't really see it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of explosions.
I didn't mean to laugh at that.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
I'm like, you need
about-
to see people die.
Well, I'm thinking about the story, and I don't care. Like, at the end of it, I don't care about the Avatar stories. I care about how blue are these people, and how much action are we getting, and is this a visual spectacle? Because for better or worse, this hasn't made a big impact as far as story goes, but it has as far as technology, what VFX artists and studios are doing nowadays, and how they were able to pioneer that technology. So much has been done for that, but this is the first time where it didn't feel like it actually served me in a way where I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, I've treated the other two, and granted it's been 20 years now, roundabout, of reasons to go to the theater. And is this one? Probably still. But they were events. Even though they weren't events that were going to stay with you like for a week after you saw the movie, I was like, it's a reason to go to the movie because it's absolute spectacle. There's a reason they make the money.
Is it only in 3D?
No.
No.
Well, there's a couple options with this. So you could do 3D, you can not do 3D, but there's also a high frame rate version, and that's going to be the one that's going to get people a little bit confused. High frame rate, if you don't know, if you were to up your sports TV to like super high def and you see like the smoothness of everything, that's kind of what they did here. They did it with The Hobbit. It didn't necessarily work there.
Yeah, essentially, go to your parents' house if they bought a TV in
Motion
2012
smoothing,
and everything looks like a soap opera, and then change their settings for them.
The 3D does work, and this is probably the best representation of 3D this year that we're going to get.
As
Really
compared
well.
to what? What else came out in 3D?
SpongeBob, we're going to talk about that later on.
This is kind of keeping it alive, though, or reintroducing 3D to people, because for 3 hours and 20 minutes, you've got glasses on.
Do we like 3D? Are we still on board the 3D train?
You know, it gets a little tough at my older age.
Yeah.
Like, but so does sitting for a 3.5-hour movie and not having to go to the bathroom. I don't know why James Cameron's torturing us aging people.
Well, and he said he doesn't care because you can just go to the bathroom, but then you'll catch what you missed the second time you come back
Dude's
to see
probably
the
got a
movie.
catheter somewhere in his movie theater that he could just whip out whenever it's time. He can watch whatever 4-hour epic and be happy.
So is this the weakest of the trilogy so far?
That's a tough one to say because I would prefer to watch only the third movie as opposed to the second. So first and third would be my choice. But if I have to have the second, then third is the weakest because it spends so much time going back to the second, you don't even really need to watch it.
That's a
And
bummer.
the script isn't good.
I'm sure.
Anytime Spider speaks, and he's one of the main characters, it's bad.
Bummer.
He's a wisecracker.
Kate Winslet's character goes through quite a bit of interesting things
Kate
that are
Winslet's
just
there?
it's the weirdest side story that doesn't really connect to
She
me.
a Navi?
But
Yeah.
Oh.
I know,
but she's the water Navi. She's got the flippers.
Was she in the last one? Was she in the?
Yeah.
Second one as well.
Like she's a side character, but it's strange.
Goes to show how much I care about these movies.
Well, is this going to be a see it for you? Would you recommend people checking it out?
I don't think it's great. I don't even think it's all that good. But is it a see it? Yeah, because it's a reason to go to the theater. It's a reason to efficiently get your money's worth because it's so much movie.
It all depends on how much time you have during the day. Because seriously, you're going to go in at like a 10 a.m. showing. You're not going to get out till about like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long thing. I would say though, if you love this world, if you go to Pandora at Disney World and you're excited for it, this will still be great.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like what we'll talk about with SpongeBob. If you love this, you'll love that.
You gotta go for the disappointing Avengers trailer.
Yeah, well, the prologue for the Odyssey is also attached to it too.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch the opening for the Odyssey,
now I have to go.
Yeah, they got you
like
there.
James Cameron said, you gotta go see it twice.
Yep. So there are little Easter eggs in the 3.5-hour runtime. So let us know what you end up doing, and if you love James Cameron, what do you want to see him do next? Is he going to be jumping into more Avatars, or do you want him to jump into Terminator, or let's
Another
do Alien?
True Lies
What other
would be great.
franchise can he continue to milk? We'll just jump.
The Abyss again.
The abysses. It just puts an S
The
and a dollar
Abyssi.
sign at the end of it. Yep. All right. Well, let's move over to this is one. Actually, I'm the only one that's watched this, but I have
Tell
a
me
lot
all
to say.
about
So this is The Housemaid. This is Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. It's a very simple story at the beginning.
Amanda Seyfried's got a big couple of weeks.
This is her year.
Yeah, back to back with this.
Right.
Funny that it's paired with someone that might have had the worst year.
Sure.
Yeah. But basically, she's a housemaid for this family. Amanda Seyfried is very unhinged. Like, she will forget something and blame the housemaid. She will accidentally lock her in rooms. Like, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on with that. And you're wondering, like, do you have it out for her? Or, like, are you trying to hurt her in any way? Then the story continues, and it gets cheesier and cheesier. But then you just start accepting it and letting it happen. And I was in a theater full of women just loving this. And I was right involved. I was right with it. I was clapping at the end. There were some really satisfying moments.
Does it feel like a 90s thriller? Remember, you know how they had the Rocks the Cradle remake try to like reintroduce that and didn't at all? Does it feel like fun like that?
Yeah, well, a bit more elevated, I would say.
Sure.
Like, they
So
do a bit more.
the novel that it's adapted from, it's one of those, like, you pick it up at the airport.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
like, all of these, like, types of thrillers, they kind of are all the same eventually. But Paul Feig is really good at adapting this particular type of book.
Making it feel sharp.
Yes.
Making it feel sharp.
Yeah.
Good like making movies for women, he's really good at that.
Suspense mystery thrillers.
Yeah.
That is his vibe. And a lot of people talk to me about this book and how much they're looking forward to this movie.
People love this book.
I think that's where you're going to get, that's probably who was all there. It was shocking to walk in and go, this is not the Avatar screening, is it? Because this is a packed house
women
for
love
people
these
watching
books.
this.
Yeah.
So I definitely would recommend it. I ended up having a really fun time. It's a bit cheesy, but that's what it's going for.
Good date night movie?
A good date night movie. Definitely don't bring kids or anybody.
Yeah.
I heard somebody was bringing their kid, and I went, rethink all of that. Let's get you an Avatar or something. Change that. But still very fun. So to see it for me.
Awesome.
But also we have SpongeBob SquarePants.
Did you love it?
Did neither of you see that either?
No, I didn't see that
Why
one.
would I go to see
Why are you putting that
SpongeBob?
evil on me, Bobby?
Hey, thanks for doing the work for us, Patrick.
I guess apparently.
All that heavy lifting.
So much heavy lifting with my big boy pants. And that is from the movie. I'm not being weird.
Okay.
He's a big boy now. He gets taller, SpongeBob, right? So now he can ride roller coasters and he can do all the things. This was written by one of the original writers of like the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob. So there's a lot of familiarity to like when I was watching it as a kid and seeing some of those jokes kind of like, oh, this works. But the animation is horrifying. This is the 3D animation style that they're choosing to do instead of the 2D hand-drawn stuff that they were doing with Nickelodeon. Whoa, it really messes with me. I did not like it.
So that's like a choice. That's not like he enters the new world and he becomes that animation
Yeah, it's not
style.
like that episode of The Simpsons.
Right.
where-
He's
But it
almost
looks
that.
just like it. That's the
bad.
problem. They just look way too 3D, and the movement's a little bit too children's TV show. We don't have that much of budget, so we're gonna make this work. I don't know. It just didn't necessarily have the human touch that I was hoping for.
Are the visuals too distracting?
Yeah.
That you miss everything else?
But anytime that you get too distracted with that, they'll throw in a butt joke, and you're totally fine. Or a fart joke. It's the crudest humor, probably of this year. Like even the Smurfs was a little bit better at like not just going straight for a fart joke or a butt joke.
Yeah.
This one has a violent amount of butt jokes.
Is it for kids? Or is it for adults that watch
Who else would it be for?
Kids.
Patrick,
it's
that
for
watch.
kids, but it's also got to be kids with a really fun sense of toilet humor.
Okay.
And parents that are okay with that. But
Yeah.
if you don't want that, if you want something more nuanced, you're gonna have to go somewhere else. But if you love SpongeBob, same with Avatar, you're still going to love it. Like critic proof in that case.
Sure.
Just for this old head, I'm not a fan of this 3D animation they're doing.
Bring
for the
back
new
old SpongeBob.
And I'm not your target demo, and I won't be buying it on Blu-ray, but still, cater to me. That's how it feels. Like,
Yeah,
the
sure.
more I complain about SpongeBob, the more like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. I will say, everybody in the theater was laughing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mark Hamill's still great.
Always.
I love him as a pirate. Why not?
Yeah.
A little bit of Joker in there. It totally works for me.
Nice.
That being said, definitely one that I'm going to forget it next week.
Sure.
I don't even remember the name of it. I don't remember the ending name.
Oh, it was like
Sponge
Search for
on the-
Pants.
Search for Pants, Sponge on
Who
the
knows?
Run. Something.
It's like the 20th SpongeBob movie.
SpongeBob Fire and Ash. Something
I'd watch that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
probably
3.5
water
hour
people.
epic. All right, well, that being said, let's move over to Leo, who has a ton of physical media that he wants to talk about. It is time for the disc drop.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Disc Drop. I'm Leo and I'm here to tell you everything that's new on physical media this week. And oh boy, there's so much this week. It's right before Christmas, so we got a lot of things coming out. So let's just get right into it and do a speed run with it. From Sony Pictures, for the first time on 4K, we have Anaconda from 1997. This is such a beautiful steelbook. It's available now. Make sure to get yourself a copy. From Kino Lorber, we have Death Wish Collection. All 5 movies on Blu-ray. Make sure to go get yourself a copy. It's available now. Also from Kino Lorber, we have the Ninja Trilogy. This is the first time it comes to 4K, and it's available now on KinoLorber.com. From Lionsgate Limited, we have Dogma. For the first time on 4K, every collector wants this in their collection. This is available now on LionsgateLimited.com. We also have Battle Royale, this beautiful steelbook on Lionsgate Limited. Guys, they're bringing out banger after banger. This is available now. Make sure to get yourself a copy. From Lionsgate Limited, we have American Psycho uncut version. This comes in a beautiful case. I love this so much. It's available now on LionsgateLimited.com. From Universal Pictures, we have Yardhead for the first time on 4K. Such a beautiful steelbook. Make sure to get yourself a copy. It's available now. Also from Universal Pictures, we have The Blues Brothers on 4K with this awesome steelbook. Make sure to get yourself a copy. It's available now. From Arrow Video, for the first time on 4K, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy, all 3 movies on 4K, and it's loaded with special features, so this is a must-have in your collection. So go get yourself a copy at arrowvideo.com. From Sony Pictures, we have A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. This is out December 23rd on Blu-ray, so make sure to get yourself a copy. From Universal Pictures, we had The Black Phone 2. This is available next week, December 23rd, but it's such a beautiful steelbook. Make sure to get yourself a copy. It's just in time for the holidays. And last one from Universal Pictures, we have Bugonia. Hopefully I said that right, but this is available next week, December 23rd. It's also a beautiful steelbook, so make sure to get yourself a copy next week. Well, guys, that's my time for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. See it or skip it. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you guys next time on the This Drop.
Thank you so much for that, Leo. Make sure that you're checking him out on his TikTok and Instagram. He's always putting out great, fun videos and so much physical media, especially with Netflix taking over Warner Brothers. You're going to want to make sure you're watching what's happening there. Yep, stock up. With that being said, let's jump into Max. They just completed It's Welcome to Derry, Season 1. It's
HBO Max.
HBO Max. Chapter 2 is officially greenlit, and they're going to be doing a second chapter, but the finale already happened. Rebecca, what did you think of this?
I loved this show.
The entire thing?
So much.
Yeah.
It did take me 4 episodes to get on board, but I loved this show. I loved everything that they did. The penultimate episode, I was sobbing like a little baby. The finale, also sobbing like a little baby.
Yeah.
But I love what they did.
So are you a big fan of the movies?
I liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they end on kind of a whimper.
Yeah.
And this one goes, hey, you like Pennywise? Here's more lore.
You want more of that Pennywise?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lore of Pennywise, awesome. Like the decision to delve more into the history of Pennywise within the town of Derry and the Native American tribe who traps him in Derry, just truly astounding stuff. Muschietti, he knows it. And this is his.
He's got it.
He's got it. And
he's got that it factor.
Just applaud everything that he's done.
Let me ask you this then, because the first 2 movies definitely influence what happens in a little part of this season.
Yeah.
Do you think without those movies, this would have been a better introduction to Pennywise than when we got from the movies?
I don't know. I feel like you have to have those movies to have any kind of interest in this show. Like, could you watch the show without having seen the movies? I think so. Yeah.
I think so. They do a lot to set up things.
Yeah, but I do think you have to have, if you're going to have an appreciation for the show, you should have seen the movies first.
I feel like the movies are so final, the way it treats Pennywise, that you're like, yeah, okay, it gets to that point, sure. But the show's like kind of mad at the movies because it's like, oh, you hate the end? We're going to try to retroactively change that, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And to the point where they throw the kitchen sink in going, we're going to make this twisted.
Do you want a Stephen King universe? Here's a Stephen King universe.
But honestly, complicated. So many plot holes that it's like, we'll try to figure out this in a couple seasons.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Does it feel forced in that sense? Or,
no,
or like underwritten?
It feels fun, but it is kitchen sink that you're like, I hope you can explain your way out of this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they don't need to do another season.
So they go back. So it's going to go, every season's going to go back 20 some odd years. But they already kind of explain what happens in the past, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay.
I could do more. I could go for more. I like that. I'm on board.
I like the spice.
That's a spicy it.
And it's nice because there's risk, right? Because usually your main characters are protected. In this show, anyone can go.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
no, anybody.
it's very, anything can happen on that sense.
Yeah.
And I love that Pennywise has more personality in this.
Yeah.
Like, he really is like his own character. And Bill Skarsgård, what an incredible performance.
Always.
Like iconic. Next to Freddy Krueger and next to Jason, he is Pennywise and he totally works. I want to see him in everything.
Those Skarsgårds.
Yep.
I think it is so disappointing that genre shows and kids get looked over when it comes to award season because this show putting out award-worthy performances for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So this is a see it from all of us.
To see it.
Yeah, if you like really super duper scary
like Merry
stuff.
Christmas. Here's what
Being very afraid.
Yeah.
This is going to be the one for you. Krampus or this?
Oh, Krampus is so good.
I love Krampus.
Yeah. Krampus is very fun. All right, let's jump over to, finally, Is This Thing On? Now, this is not out right now in Utah. It will be out on January 9th, I believe.
I hate how they do that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
a limited release.
But
either way, like, we have some pretty fun stuff with this. This is a story about a couple learning to re-love each other in a different way. How does a relationship evolve the older you get? What things change, what things don't? And are you looking back at those points to make sure that you got your side of the street clean, basically.
Yeah.
Will Arnett plays a dad that decides, you know what, I'm just going to start stand-up comedy.
Well, he doesn't really decide. Okay, I've got a lot of gripes with this.
Go on.
I know you are. Well, he does his stand-up comedy, and that's how he's trying to find an outlet to express himself through this. Like, this is rough. I don't know what I'm doing, if it's right. And he starts to develop a hobby for it, and he loves it. He gets in pretty easy, Rebecca?
Yeah, dog. So as someone who has done stand-up in New York City, you don't just walk into the Comedy Cellar and decide, I think I could do a type 5.
You don't just like write your name down and volunteer?
Well, I mean,
You can do that,
You
but
can't. There's open
unlikely.
mics.
Okay.
But like the Comedy Cellar, that's like
Yeah.
That is peak.
that's
Right.
like that's up there. Like,
Do you think
maybe-
they use the Comedy Cellar because it's recognizable?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. But I mean, maybe it's because he's a white guy, right? Like, you
Sure.
could just walk in and be good at it, and everybody loves it. Not been my
And
experience.
he's not very good at it.
He's okay.
He
He's
gets
okay.
working on it. It's a
Yeah.
lot of like self-deprecating stuff and just my life's bad, and then a couple giggles.
It's just a lot of failing upwards,
Yeah.
which okay.
that part aside, right?
Yeah.
I still think the relationship between him and Laura Dern is really great.
I love what they did with their whole marriage, about how, you
Mm-hmm.
know, they are separated, they're taking some time apart. He's moved into his own apartment in Midtown, essentially, and they find their way back to each other.
And honestly, it could go for so many contrivances, right? Like, oh no, my wife is at the stand-up act that I'm doing. It's like, oh, this is such a movie thing. And then the way it turns out, I'm like, that felt original. It felt fresh.
It did feel like a subversion of your typical couple is separating.
Isn't this crazy?
movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
how do we
actually
get along?
explore it in a way that feels real and lived in, and
Yeah.
that is what's so great. So definitely make sure that you check that out. We'll be talking about it again in a couple weeks, but right now the reason we have it is because we got to speak with Laura Dern and Will Arnett about their roles, and maybe a couple questions about if they had one of their favorite actors go and do stand-up, what would that look like for them? That about does it for this episode 2. This is part 1. We're going to be doing part 2 right after this. So with that being said, take a look.
I want to start with kind of a fun question. The film is centered around comedy, amongst other things, but if the two of you could start your own open mic night just for fellow actors, Will, what would you call that? And Laura, who would you want in?
I'd call it I'd call it peeling the onion. I don't know. You know,
And I don't know why I just thought of Scotty, but I think
Scotty Eisnogel,
he's-
Sean's husband. He's
yeah,
very funny.
I want to see him do stand up because
Yeah.
he's such a great actor.
He is a great actor.
Too. I mean, obviously, we know him as a musician. We know him as a composer, but
Yeah.
Jesus, he was so
I'd like
great.
to see Sean Hayes do it too.
Yeah,
Sean Hayes would be good to see do it.
they'll both be there.
The film is about you two learning how to love each other differently. What did you each discover about how love can evolve when the shape of a relationship changes?
Well, I mean, we've talked about this idea that the shape of the relationship changes based on we all are affected, we all change, and we're not shapeshifters, but the shape of us changes as we move through life and as we age, and if we kind of stop. If we stop communicating and we stop understanding and stop really listening to who we are, we can become stuck in some kind of old story. I think that we need to be rigorous with ourselves and rigorously honest about who we are and where we are at all times. And look at our roles in stuff. And look at our side of the street. And if we're not doing that, then it's a recipe for disaster.
I'm just thinking about it.
Please say ditto.
Ditto. But
Ditto it
one
is.
thing I would just add is, because people have kindly said they feel our connection and our chemistry and what the relationship holds, or what we as friends and actors hold. And I would say about Will, as I've gotten to know him deeply from all we've shared in this journey, I think we share a trait that we can feel proud of about love. Whatever we've been through as characters and Will and Laura, we are not cynics about love.
No.
And that's a real blessing.
Yeah.
And I think whatever we've been through and whatever Tess and Alex have been through, there's a hopefulness in our belief in it that we got to learn from each other about and share. And that was a real very cool blessing to discover.
Yeah.
Both of you are incredible. Thank you so much for giving me the time, and I can't wait for people to check this movie out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.